what's up? It's DJ. Here's your Farm Sim news for Friday, December 26th. Well, it's the day after Christmas, and I hope you had an absolutely amazing Christmas day yesterday, and I hope you got to enjoy some new mods. It's been a pretty action-packed week altogether with mods, just in general, like well over 100 mods, including required mods. We don't have to talk about that. But what I did want to talk about real quick before we get into the video is my schedule over the next week. Our primary topic today does talk about what to expect when it comes to mods over the next 7 to 8 days, so make sure you pay attention to the beginning of the video. However, when it comes to me, I'm going to be doing Farm Sim news, of course, today. Next week on Monday and Friday, I'll be doing it as well. And on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'll have some other fun videos. I've got some mod previews, things like that. I've also got a couple Let's Plays from Peachenier Valley over this weekend, so stay tuned for those. But otherwise, things will probably be more pre-recorded next week. I'm going to take a little bit of time. I'm only going to do half a day on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm going to be taking off for my birthday, which is on Tuesday, and then I'll also be taking off some time on Wednesday and Thursday for New Year's. So now that you're all caught up with what DJ's doing, let's get you all caught up with Farm Sim news. Let's start off with a new blog that we actually got on Tuesday before Christmas. This was Giant Software's annual holiday blog. It had a few little things in it. It's got some video stuff there. There's also a few postcards if you guys wanted to maybe at this point send some late postcards. I think 1 or 2 were reused from last year. But in that blog, they also talked about a few other things like support, mods, and what to do while they're gone. I think the biggest section, at least for me, is probably the What About Mods section. They say they'll be back with full force on January the 2nd. Additionally, they say they had prepared some releases, but will not be testing or publishing new submissions until January. Now, the streets have been quiet the past couple days, so I haven't heard anything about mods releasing, at least between now and then anyway. However, there still might be something. Maybe New Year's Eve, maybe New Year's Day we may see something. I'm not holding my breath for it, but it's always a possibility. Regardless, it's going to be at least another week before we see mods being tested at the same rate that they were a couple weeks ago. Now that you know when they're going to be testing mods, let's talk about modders. Quite a few of the posts that we're going to talk about in today's Farm Sim news are modders that have been saying Merry Christmas to the communities, maybe announcing a new mod here or there, and we've also got some notable Christmas releases, but that's going to be near the end of the video. You can check the timestamp for that. But let's quit teasing you and let's talk about Slush's modding. On Christmas Eve, he announced his next project based on the Peterbilt 362. I imagine this will be the Lizard 362. He also says this cab over will have some of the same options as the 379 and the W900. No other information is known at this time, but it is really cool to see a big old cab over finally coming to Farm Sim 25. Next up, we have Custom Modding who show off their Case IH Tigermade 255. This mod is coming back to Farm Sim with a bang. We've got some brand new things that have been added, including a Raven system, which will probably have to do with the electronics, the GPS, something like that. We've also got some new hoses and applicators. Oh yeah, so now besides working like as a cultivator as it has in the past, it'll also be capable of applying different products. In this case, in these screenshots, we're seeing it applying ammonia. Custom Modding have said it will work together with their Pattinson NH3 cart as well as other ammonia carts that they're going to be showing off very soon. Now, Custom Modding were actually asked in the comment section of their post, would it be classified as anhydrous ammonia for consoles or would it be something else? And they confirmed that it would be. However, some things are going to happen first before it's actually classified as that. You've got to have it be part of the map itself. You might be able to do it as part of a production, but I'm pretty sure to have some type of fertilizer set like this, you're actually going to have it be part of the map itself. We've seen similar claims in the past, some of which have come through on the map side, and some of them have not on the mod side. Bit of a teaser from CMT, aka Smetty today. We've got the announcement of a new tractor, the Claas Axion 800. This was a very short post, unfortunately, so no information is known, no specs or anything like that were provided, but still pretty cool. IH has another building that is with Giants awaiting testing. This one is their garage for cars. Technically, this is a shed. It's going to cost you $20,000, and you can change up the frame color. Also, the lighting on the outside is automatic, while it is manual on the inside, just like some of their other buildings. As you can see, it is a nice place to show off some of your car collections, and there's a really cool light animation on the inside as well, so that's awesome. IH did post a short video over on the Facebook page, so you can check that out. Link down below as always. Puma145 has been working on some updates over Christmas and has already submitted Elmcreek Goldcrest Valley, and the Goldcrest Valley Decoration Pack updates. Those are now with Giants waiting testing. Goldcrest Valley actually just came out, so he must have been right on the ball with that one, ready for an update. Unfortunately, I haven't seen exactly what is getting updates on these maps, but we will have to wait and find out. You may have also remembered I had a short little series on Elmcreek. I was kind of enjoying that one. Unfortunately, I scratched that project altogether. The map had some serious issues, and I just could not continue to record. For anybody hoping that that series would be returning, unfortunately, that series is done. Maybe not what you wanted to hear, but at least I wanted to give you guys an update on that so that you knew exactly what to expect. Got some pretty cool news for Mr. Hector. There will be a live stream tomorrow on the 27th of December showing off their map, Carpathian Countryside. This will be the first live stream that we've been able to see of it, and it will be on Sniper Kitten CZ's channel. This live stream will be in Czech and Slovak languages, so if you don't speak those, you're probably not going to be able to understand it. And depending on how they've got the live stream set up, there may or may not be any subtitles in your language. So you may have to wait until it's over before there'll be any English or anything like that. However, if you're good at translations, I may have a job for you guys. So they are working on translations currently for the map itself, Carpathian Countryside. Currently, they've got English, they've got Dutch, and Czech all finished up, ready to go. However, they're still working on Hungarian, Italian, Norwegian, Polish, and Romanian translations for the map. So if you are fluent in any of those, hey, hit up Mr. Hector, link down below, and let them know. You might be able to jump in and work on some translations with them. Actually, while I'm recording this video, they just updated everything, so now they are currently working on Brazilian, Portuguese, Hungarian, Italian, Norwegian, Polish, Romanian, and Ukrainian. So that's what they're currently working on at this time. And our last top story for today, we only have a little bit of a sliver of information from Oxen David. He says he'll have some exciting news and map updates to share in the new year. This, of course, in reference to Witcombe Park Farm, which we've talked about a lot over the past year. As you may or may not know, Oxygen David comes out with a new map every year-ish, and it's been about a year or so since we got Comsden in FS25, which was a conversion from his FS22 map. Actually, it got updated to Oakbridge in February. So we are getting kind of close. I will tell you, I'm super duper excited about this map, especially after everything that he shared over the past year on it. Man, I can't wait to play on it. All right, so that's every top story that we've got today, but we do have some notable releases that happened on Christmas. Unfortunately, these are all going to be PC releases. However, they do give us some hope for crossplay as well. Since they're only PC, I did put them near the end of the video. So let's check them out. First, we've got Serious Modding, who released their IH STX Steigers on their itch page. As mentioned, he says the release is PC only for now, but it will be on consoles in the future. Included in the pack, you've got US and E versions, and looks like we've got some pretty cool livery options as well. For all of the releases, I'll have two links down below. One, like for this one, for example, say Serious Modding, and also have Serious Itch down there as well, and that'll have to do with everybody. So you can check out the fan pages or go straight to their itch page. Our next one comes from friend BC Bueller Farms. What I did? He says he's gotten quite a few requests for a drill fill, and after partnering up with OS Farms Mapping and Modding, they sent over his auger to use on BC's grain boxes. BC did do a little bit of work on it though, lowered the poly count on the model for console compatibility, very cool, and actually made it a separate store item. And it simply just attaches to the rear of the truck if you have a compatible configuration. This one's available for download right now on BC's itch page. Rooster Mods dropped the PCX version of their John Deere 825 Row-Crop cultivator. This version features disc healers for ridged or hilled crops, and says they're fully integrated with every option and have custom wear, dirt, and everything. For this one at least, console players don't have to wait for it because it's been out for like 3 or 4 months at this point. The crossplay version released on the 8th of September, but this PC-only version has got just a few extra features. And lastly, today we've got some front-mounted saddle tanks from Shaban Modding. These are the Lakestate MFG front-mounted saddle tanks, and they're built for the John Deere 8 Series tractors as well as the AFS Connect Magnums. They got a 450-gallon capacity and hold herbicide and fertilizer. On Shaban's itch page, you can also find their John Deere 8020 series, which these will fit. In the comments of their post, they were asked if it would be for consoles. They say it was submitted before the Giants' cutoff date, so they assumed that it would have been tested. However, it doesn't look like it was. But I will also admit, in the comments of their video, it did seem a little bit odd. I couldn't tell if it was between the tanks or the tractor that they posted. Either way, something's happening, and now you have the information that I have. If you'd like to see anything more about the mods, the modders, or anything else that we talked about today, links to everything can be found in the description. Remember, there are no release dates for mods, so no one knows when anything's going to be released, at least on the Mod Hub. And if you like this video, you can check out the Farm Sim News playlist for all the latest news and top stories going on in the world of Farming Simulator. And that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, get subscribed if you're new, and join the DjGoHam fam. Double check those notifications that way you never miss videos like this one. Hope you have an awesome day. Belated Merry Christmas to you, and early Happy New Year, and we will see you later. Well, Santa Ham made an appearance yesterday, but it was a little bit weird. I accidentally did the outro to the news video in the mod video. If you haven't seen it, definitely go see that. It was ridiculous.